Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. Yay. Right then. Look at where we are. Not been hit. Nope. Good. So we're going to need weapons and shit. Here we go. Another mag. Will that take it? No. Might be time for a freshy run, you know. Might be easier. Just going to run locally and see what we can grab. Run locally and see what we can grab. Need a water bottle though, don't we? That's for sure. Some food. You need to hit mill, basically. Where's Ostry? Big. Harvey. Pop into Ostry, see if we can get out of there. So if you find another box of nails and a code lock, this changes. Come on, you stupid game. Thank you. Lucky witch's hat. Not so lucky for the witch that lost it. Hi, Chuckles, mate. How are you? We're 3 doors down, mate. Twelve hours to go. Yeah, we got 3 doors down. 1 locker. 1 wood storage bin. Which is really good. I'm hoovering because I need to buy some storage. And then if you see, obviously I won't be in at the times that you might be, because we'll have to add you to the team and add you to the plot poll for you to be able to operate in the base. But either me, Gurmit, or Cookie can do either of those things. Everyone's upgraded, so. Now, food, you get through a lot of food on here, but we've got a fair amount of food in base. You do get through a lot of calories, though. We just got nowhere to store anything at the moment. So, get lots of guns, and then go to trader, sell them all until you got 9 grand and buy some storage. And then bring the storage home, basically. We think it'll wipe this Friday. So see this just as a run around and get used to it again. And that's a think, it's not a no. Based upon when they wipe. Yes, trader at radio. Alter. Safe zone, no extraction. No safe zones apart from your base and altar. Nothing custom. Or very little custom. So it's very vanilla. Run that stuff home. You're overheating, so its temp isn't cold. Now it's not cold at all. But you drink calories. I mean, you seriously drink calories. It's frightening the amount of calories we get through. It's like vanilla on steroids. Probably doesn't help that I'm wearing full-on ghillie, well, half a ghillie. But there's no ATM, so I'm not running stuff to trader till I've got enough stuff to take to trader as a wanna. It is nice to be back here. This is a field that normally gets an airdrop in it. Yes, boy. Right then. Drop some nails off then. So that makes you happy. I'm binge watching whatever it's called. Something at the moment. That can get fucking binned off the moment. That's not. difficult, isn't it? Right, let's drop off the food. God, I know what Cookie Monster looks like. Difficult to say, mate. You watch that shit all the time. I don't know. I never think of people looking like people. That shit, that's 380, isn't it? Fucking bollocks. Rack is a stupid weapon. But put the mag inside to reduce space. It's a worth keeping mag. Is that a spare mag for what I've got? Yeah, that's worth keeping. Okay, so let's try and sort some of this loot out that we're going to sell. That needs to be kept. That's probably going to get sold realistically. Takes up so much space. Is that a jacket? Yes, it is. Good. More space. Good. Lucky hat for a lucky hat for everybody apart from the witch. Yeah. That does that. Pepper gloves. Go there. Rack. Leave that behind. It's a useful mag worth having. So's that. So's that. 5.45 times 39. That's sellable. That's sellable. Okay, we've got any ammo to sell. .556 silencer. It's keepable. Pretty much all keepable. Hi, you tops. Evening. Morning for me. Lunchtime for me. It's 1:30. Hope you're good. Just working out what I can sell to trader. Because we only came onto this server last night, so it's a new adventure. I need to eat and drink before I do the run. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make my way. There's an event going down in here. Trader is altar. Another event going down there. So I'm thinking that what I do is, rather than run direct, is we run basically along here to about here, and then from there run direct, because that will bring us through these woods here. That field's a bit of an issue, and then we get sort of wood cover all the way in, rather than the other way. We're popping by lots of potential players, and I've only got shit armor. I need to take the money as well, because we're after buying something useful. Make sure the plot's paid. It is now 500 a day. Keep the base up at the moment. Okay. Let's drink something and let's get out on the ground. Or take the barrel home. Wow, that was useful. That does mean I need to search that building, though, in case there's a house there. I'm a vanilla loot goblin, but this looks way better. I love being a loot goblin. But the ones of you that play it in vanilla, you're amazing what you do. We need to search this property in case there's somebody else living here, though, don't we? Afternoon, Gurmit. Okay, so I picked that up just because it's, at the moment, storage. And we don't have a lot of options at the moment. I imagine it's a grind. Are you PlayStation or Xbox? Or do you play vanilla on PC? Okay, Gomit. Thank you. Xbox. I do feel for you guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. They've come on in leaps and bounds in what they offer compared to what it used to be like. But I do feel for you. You know, we get a different version of DayZ than you guys do. You know, everything from how base building's done to the weapons we get to the mods to everything. It is a different game. But you guys, the way you... when I watch streamers play on console, it amazes me. I couldn't do it. I have enough problems playing it on PC. You were Chuckles, weren't you? You were Xbox and came across. Definitely it's a disadvantage. Yeah, I suppose the only downside, the only upside to it is everyone on Xbox or everyone on PlayStation is playing to the same level. But we do notice when you guys come across to PC, you're like, oh, this feels like a whole new world. And even if we go back to vanilla, it's a different game than you guys get, because keyboard and mouse is different than controller. Our UI is less chunky, if that's the right word. Ah, somebody's living in our old house then. Demand, is it? Now I'm going to push for trader, because that should get me clear of the problems. Now comes the mad rush to trader. Obviously, it's not an exact science. Currently, there's 85 people on the server that want to kill me. Thank you for the sub. It's just kicked in. I only get notifications if the account's not private. So for private accounts, I just see it on the sub counter when I look over. But thank you, that's massively appreciated. On the road to 1,000. We do stream when we're in the right mood. We stream 6 days out of 7. And all of it on YouTube, and all of it at 4K. Mostly DayZ. The people we stream with, Gurmit, who doesn't stream yet. Cookie, who sometimes streams. Chuckles, who we're trying to persuade to stream. And me, who seems to stream all the time. Open field, so no auto run. Not that it's going to make any difference. If we get shot at now, I've only got a fucking defender vest on. Basic ballistic. I'm dead. Our team is split over UK, US. So that works to our advantage as well. But this server feels quite vanilla at times. So vanilla food and vanilla water compared to a lot of the sweaty modded servers. So this you do get through a lot of food and water. But it's all modded weapons, modded vehicles, modded storage, modded base building, events, less zombies. Yep, I know to drink, but I've only got 4.5 Ks to go. I don't need to drink that badly. With 4.5 Ks, I'll keep running. And it's a aftermath server. There's lots of them. So okay, mate. I'll need to know your motherboard by then, so we can work out which processor to get you. I think probably you're better off with a graphics card, but hey, hey. We're better off getting you away from AMD graphics cards and throwing an Nvidia in it. But we can work that out when you've got some cash and you're ready. We'll get your little machine upgraded a little bit further. So I'm going to make my way to trader, sell all the rubbish I've got on me. I won't have enough for what I need, but I might have enough for something. And obviously I'm ducking and diving to make myself a hard target. So just left and right as I'm running. And if you're on console, you're looking at my stamina bar going, how does that work? Yeah. I also sometimes stream my own server. I have a PC server that's a hardcore survival server. So sometimes you'll see me on that. And anyone that's interested in a hardcore PC environment, there's information on the screen there. On that server, I have massive nerfed loot. Cold conditions. Can't carry a lot. Die a lot to the environment, but it is PvP. No base building at the moment. You have to build stashes. Now we have to do the open field, which makes us vulnerable. But only 3Ks to go. Map broken. We'll sort that out in trader. So that's my own server. It's a PC hardcore server. 30 slot solo server as well, my own. So you can't run with teams. Even if you put an armband on, it will despawn on the next restart. Heli base there. That's the type of server, yeah. So mine, it's cold. You have less food. Everything spawns in frozen. It's basically Chernarus made like Sakao, but colder. You have to sleep on my server. Make choices. Lots of key cards and key rooms, but make choices about, do I carry a key with me or a fishing hook? And then I've got an end game island that if you get to it, you have to fight well-armed AI that guard the island. So I've turned Salisky Island into an end game area. Put a bunker on there with a swipe card to get to the best loot at the very end. And then rinse and repeat. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy that. I enjoy this as well, though. I massively enjoy this side of DayZ. The running and shooting simulator. And then I also enjoy the hardcore survival, you against the world, it's the end of the earth side of DayZ. And it's a specialist. My server's very specialist. We've got about 10 dedicated players that have been playing with me for nearly 18 months. Occasionally we pick up a new one. Occasionally we lose someone. But we'll never be massive because it's too hard for it to be massive. As I said, it's an acquired taste. I have things like zombies that blow up either in explosives, flashbangs, or gas grenades randomly. So you never quite know when you kill a zombie whether it's going to just die or commit suicide on you. Big base ahead of us. Massive base coming through the top of the clouds there, top of the trees. Like, seriously big base. Right, we're flashing water, but we've only got 1.6 to go. I think we'll live with that. We can sort our water out at altar. Yeah, I was, wasn't I? Yeah. I was nerfing it further than they are, though. But now they nerf it for us. I don't nerf it any further. It's a hell of a base. I've taken some serious nails to build. I prefer to be a bit more covert in where I'm living. More base. Come on, Goblin. Last 1,000 metres. So, altar on here. The trader is a safe zone. No shooty. Shooties don't work. So, once we get there, we can trade safely. Then we need to sort our map out, because the map is bugged on this server. Church or barn. Broken barn was down bad. So church was probably our last base. Yeah, exactly, monkey. And unbelievable storage space. And a few more people. 92 want to kill me on here at the moment. And I'm safe. Right, still some rubbish. Yeah, probably. AK-12. No. Sell that one. Pioneer sell. Reflex sight sell. PS sight sell. What else? The other sights in there got a CAC and a Magpul AK handguard. CAC. Magpul handguard sell. Right. Those scopes wouldn't sell. That's annoying. Nor would that armor and pouches. Oh well. There'd be nothing that I can afford to buy from where I'd like to buy from. Base building items. No. Hardware supplies. That is a bottle rack kit, dustbin, water cooler kit. That would be useful for base. Tent, storage barrels, probably the water cooler. It's the most use out of everything. So water cooler potentially. Let's go and check. And we've got to sort of map out where we're here, haven't we? Might have to log out and log back in to get the map sorted. It's annoying. Go and check peer-to-peer. £4 for nails, so we can't afford nails. So water cooler kit. It will be. And then we'll probably log out and log back in to sort out map. Because I can't live with this world of a map not working. Don't want that. We don't want that. We need to get that home. Those we can't sell for whatever reason, which is really annoying. Fill up a water bottle. And what we're going to do is log out and then log back in to sort the map out. So just be a couple of seconds, guys, as we log out and log back in. Map's working. Good. Let everything kick in. Load everything in. Everything's loaded. Excellent. Right then. So, we're going to come basically to about there and then push for home. Or we're not, because that's about to be an airdrop. So we're going to push down to the coast. Then come up the coast and around and in. So push to about there. Yeah, because that's probably down through the woods, down to there. And then up through here. And swing in from behind. That's the better route. Right, we're going to need some food for the journey. I'll have that now. We don't give bloody stuff away. Right then, let's do it. And been fueled by pure orange juice today and a cups of tea. No, sorry, my servers won't work for console, unfortunately. It's PC only. I would love to be able to do an Xbox console or a console server. Maybe one day. Maybe when I'm at a position that I can afford to run my own server bank rather than rent a server, then I'll make a server for Xbox and a server for PlayStation. Because of some of the stuff that I do would work on there. And we could have a GoblinZ or GoblinZ Xbox and a GoblinZ PlayStation. A lot of what I do would work on there. Not all of it, but a lot of it. But that'll be a few years away before I look at things like that. There's a cost implication to having a server at the moment because I don't have my own server bank. But my long-term aim is to have my own server at home. And then I could run an Xbox instance or a PlayStation instance. But unfortunately at the moment it's PC only. You never know. One day we might get crossplay. Highly unlikely. But you never know. Server's full as near as damn it. I don't know why I picked them up. I'm so stupid, Goblin. You're not playing a survival server today. Get him to give it a go and see what happens. Yeah. I think he's in for a fright if he does try. I mean, you can use the GeForce Now app on Xbox. You can then have Steam on that app, and you can buy DayZ on PC. and then you can play the PC version, but you'll pay $9.99 a month to be able to, and you have to have good enough internet to stream it over the internet connection. So it is possible on PC. I don't know about about PlayStation. So it is possible on Xbox. Just in the same way that it's big base there on the left. But in the same way that it's possible to play any game on X if you can run it over the GeForce Now app. Wouldn't say it's a sensible option though to play, because if you're initially using a mouse and keyboard headset, you want to be able to have comms with people in game, otherwise you're shootable. I don't know how it would work with downloading mods. Is there enough space on a, because PlayStation and Xbox have reserved hard drive space for mods. So if you joined a server that had more mods than your reserved hard drive space made for mods, you wouldn't have all the mods, you wouldn't get on. And there would be lag as well, more lag than normal, because it would be running it over emulation. But in the same way that I can download a PlayStation emulator and play some PlayStation games badly on PC. It's possible. You're better off buying a PlayStation. Though I never thought I'd say that. You're never better off buying a PlayStation. And I used to work for Sony. Hello, Mr. Fox. I worked on the customer services team for the PlayStation 2 launch into the UK a long time ago. I managed a team, actually. Yeah, I was a manager on a team a long time ago. Because we had Sony UK down to talk to us about it. And I remember at the end of training, they said, has anyone got any questions? And I went, yeah. Do you see Xbox as a threat? And they were like, we don't want to talk about it. There we go then. Yes is the answer. So I expect, guys, I'll be on for about another hour. Then I'll take a break and have some food and then come back on this evening. Sort of what I'm aiming for. Get this water heater home. Sorry, water heater? Water cooler home. And then probably make myself something to eat for the evening. Player? Fuck. I could have done with the scope then, couldn't I? Yeah, so then I'll take a break, have some food, watch a bit of shit TV, and then come back on. As much as I've got an AKM, I've got no scope on it. So seeing someone at 200 meters away in dim-see light, not worth it. If they'd stayed out of the woods, I might have stood a chance of pursuing them and taking them out. Oh, and we're hungry again. How fucking surprising. And what we might do this evening when we come on is do an hour on Goblin and then switch across to this. But I'm back to work tomorrow, so I want to get some stuff done now rather than rush around at 7 o'clock in the morning before I go to work. Let's get this loot home first. Yes, which is why you drink through resources all the bloody time. It's nice. It's nice. It's a nice balance. It means you have to worry about food and water all the time. Or get used to running hungry and thirsty. Server full? Yeah, server full. Need to be careful here. This is a wolf spawn area. But I have to remember I'm not on vanilla. So it's not quite as bad. And then, guys, we've got about a month and a week to go. So about 5 weeks to go, and then I'll have 2 weeks off where we'll be streaming an awful lot. Some of the Xbox community servers turn up all to 11, run forever, and never get thirsty or hungry. Not sure if it's even DayZ when it's like that. I agree. It's basically armor. I think the trouble is on console, when you start running console community servers, you're so limited in what you can do that what you can do, server owners take to extremes. because they can't. You can put some custom stuff in. You can change the loot. You can now do loot crates if you use the scowl mechanics. But you're very limited in what you can do. So they get excitable with what they can do. It's a shame. Put a little thought into it. You could make a very nice little survival server on Xbox. A little bit of custom work. No trader, so that's nothing there to worry about. You could put some caves in. Do a bit of vanilla base building for caves. That would work with DayZ editor and import across. Do a little edit. Raise the sea level slightly. Take it up maybe a meter, half a meter, so it floods out some of the coastal towns. Would be interesting. You could do the nerf of the loot. Again, quite an interesting mechanic to play with. I could do my zombies that blow up on Xbox or PlayStation. Yeah. I can do no build zones on Xbox. I know how to do that. Not that I would. I could remap zombies. I can make zombie hordes work on Xbox-ish by building it as an event so that you would trigger it when you went in with so many meters and it would spawn them in. So that would be possible. I couldn't make it snowy in Chernarus. You can, but I couldn't. But I could make it cold. Put that mechanic in. You wouldn't have the sleep mod, but you could certainly put it cold and having to have fires. You could make crates and stashes last for 40 days without needing a flag. So you could turn off base building, but still allow stashes and crates. So that could be done. Or you could keep base building in and turn off, just keep it so it's gates only. So it is possible to do well, it is possible to do quite an interesting Xbox server. I just don't have the money available to set one up. And I'd need to buy an Xbox as well. Or the app that comes out next year, because you'd need to test what you were building. And also from an admin perspective, if somebody opens a ticket, it would be no good going, yes, it is my server, thanks for opening the ticket. Oh, by the way, no, I don't have access to your server to see what the problem is. It wouldn't be the right conversation. It would be very unprofessional. But long term, certainly something I'm looking at. Ultimately, I want to have so we're talking 5 years' time, I want to have my own server at home running my PC build of DayZ, running Scum as a server, running Subsistence as a server, and probably Xbox DayZ as a server. That's ultimately where I'd like to be. And all of them done as survival builds. The server restart in half an hour. At that restart, we'll then log, guys. If not before, because we'll be home. It'll be 1500 UK. So that'll give me 3 hours, maybe 4 hours to sort my life out before I come back on. I also need to run around for an hour in subsistence because my poor little base has been neglected this weekend. Chockers are like, poor little base. It's a massive base compared to what I would have. Just so grindy, that game, that I don't think it streams well, but it plays well, if that makes sense. So we're just going to make our way through the woods and back home. We've got food at home. Is good. Then we're going to go off and cook ourselves, I think, fish and chips. Or fish and fries to my American cousins. Though you might call them chips still because they're steak cut. Feel a nice couple of pieces of fish and some fries for my tea being done. With lots of salt and vinegar and some tomato ketchup on the side. Haha. That's all right, Chuckles. The fact that you're taking time out of your work day to watch me is amazing. Okay. Yeah, fish on a Friday. Catholic thing. Quite religious. I do like my fish, though. I've got some fish cakes here, which I love. So basically burgers, but they're fish burgers, as near as damn it. And I've got some actual proper pieces of fish that I can throw in the oven. And I've got a bag of steak cut chips. So, nice portion of chips, piece of fish, couple of fish cakes, lots of salt and vinegar. What do you season? So for me, salt and vinegar. Lots of salt and vinegar. But that's a very British thing, using, I think, vinegar so much on them. And then I have a bit of tomato ketchup on the side. If I go out, then it's tartar sauce. But shop-bought tartar sauce I don't like. But I do enjoy, yeah, fish and chips. Yeah. So over here it's salt and vinegar mainly. Curry sauce sometimes. Chip shop curry sauce people have. Gravy. Like a thick gravy people will have. And thick gravy with fish and chips is really nice. But it's an acquired thing. A lot of people will think that I'm swearing if I say gravy with fish. But I enjoy it. And that's the thing. It's. I remember somebody once saying to me, I can't believe you're eating tomato ketchup with steak. It's disgusting. Steak should never have anything like that put on it. And my argument is, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. What's the problem? So, water cooler time, guys. This is amazing. You'll like this. So there's your water cooler. And then you buy bottles of water. And that's where you fill up your water from. Awesome. Now we'll move the stand. That's me. Okay, obviously not today. But yeah. I need something to eat. We'll drop off the scopes that we had. Yeah, I might. We think that we're going to end up with a kitchen in here. Let's put the fire barrel in here. So there's the fireplace ready to cook on. And if we put a fridge up here, when we buy a fridge, then we've got a kitchen area. And a seating area. Not that it works this way. Right, let's play the pot poll. It now costs us 540 US a day to keep the base alive. Take the money away. Guys, thank you for watching. As I said, I'm going to take a break, have some food, sort my life out, and then come back in later. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the interaction. Thanks for the chat. And I will see you in the next one.